Good evening.
It is happy hour.
Oh man.
Welcome, live.
Hello, everybody. I am Matt.
I'm Amanda.
This is happy hour. So this is episode 8, right?
Yeah, episode 8.
8 episodes in.
8 episodes in.
Thanks for the support and everything, the likes and stuff that last week's episode got. What was last week's episode, babe?
You ask me this every time. It was Newlywed Game. I got it right the first time.
That's right. So we had a lot of fun with that. We hope you guys thought it was cool too.
Yeah, I had fun. I thought it was good. I think we should always do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll throw some games in there. Maybe
I like questions.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Maybe we'll throw games in there. Maybe every other episode. Or every other episode. Is my hair doing some weird things?
You have this one little hair that will not stay.
Let's see if the HD camera can pick it up. Is it focusing? I think so.
Sorry. Anyways, how are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well on this Sunday. Happy almost Thanksgiving. I'm ready to eat some turkey.
I know. It's crazy that it's here now.
I know. It's going to be December soon.
Mm-hmm.
Guess whose birthday is in December?
Not a clue.
These guys.
What's up, Matt? So last time we filmed our episode, we went live across all the Facebooks.
Yes.
The problem is, and the feedback that we're getting from you guys is that at some point it ends up choppy on one channel or another. And so right now we're only streaming across 2 platforms.
Yes.
My personal Facebook.
We're on Matt's Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Happy hour right here.
Yep.
And then we have a video recording.
Right. So we're actually going to upload this to YouTube after we finish this evening, and that way you guys will have a crystal clear HD version and it's not choppy. We're not like.
Right.
I think the problem is this: we were trying to stream too much at once, and I think I've talked about that before too.
Also, people have talked about us not making contact with the video. The main video we will be looking at is happy hour.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you want to watch our eyes with your eyes, go to Happy Hour's page.
Right.
And click go not go live, but
just
watch
it.
Just watch it on ours.
Yeah.
Yes.
So without further ado, what is today's episode, babe?
How to keep the fire alive in our marriage or in your marriage, anybody's marriage,
Relationship. Yeah.
Yeah.
How to keep it going. How to keep that same oomph that you had when you first started. So I think a lot of couples struggle with that. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's hard to keep a marriage together. I mean, or even a relationship nowadays.
As time goes on, you both are going to grow and change, and responsibilities are going to change. How you feel about things are going to change.
Yep.
And so keeping that passion without falling into some sort of...
Especially when you start having kids or you're full-time working. That was a big thing for us with him working all the time. It wasn't working for us.
Right. So.
The first thing we want to talk about is, doing new things.
Yeah.
And having fun doing them.
So one of the things that we do a lot is we try to keep it interesting with like a lot of spontaneity. And that's kind of a lot of how we keep it interesting, keep that fire going and stuff, is because we're always trying to do something new together and share those experiences together. And yeah, it just...
I mean, a lot of people ask me at work, especially at work, like, with Christmas and stuff coming up, what am I getting Matt? And usually it's nothing. I might get him one gift and he might give me one gift, but our money goes towards like going on little road trips and stuff like that. We love going to like cabins in the woods and being alone away from everybody.
And that's not to say we don't buy things for each other or whatever, but it just says that we would rather drop a few $1,000s or a big sum of money on an experience rather than an item.
Shit that you're not going to use, or it's just going to be tucked away.
Yeah.
Even though I do expect to do a Build-A-Bear on our 20th.
Yeah, that's kind of a tradition thing. But anyways, so one of the things that we did more recently, we're going to do again.
In February.
Yeah. In February, we just said we need to take a little trip just somewhere. We actually took a cabin trip. Or cabin trip. We took a trip to a cabin.
We took a cabin trip.
Right. We drove the cabin. No, we took a trip to a cabin in Alabama.
In the woods. Yeah, it was Mobile.
And it was
right on a little river. We took Thor with us, which he loved.
Yeah.
He was exploring the woods like no other. But it was fun. Like, we didn't have cable. They had a TV. You could bring movies if you wanted to.
Right.
They didn't have Wi-Fi. They had a fire pit. We rode some bicycles with flat tires. We explored the woods as well, too.
Yeah, we just kind of went exploring, did some hiking, rode some bikes. And it was just us two, basically, in the middle of nowhere. So it was cool because there was like no expectations really. You know, it was just us. We could just be completely comfortable.
Yeah, I didn't have to wear hardly anything. Matt didn't have to wear hardly anything.
Clothing was optional, which is always nice to walk out your front porch in the morning with just a cup of coffee.
Right. I made breakfast. Breakfast.
Right. Breakfast.
I made breakfast.
But it was really cool. It was actually one of the most therapeutic things I think that we did as a couple.
Yeah, it was. It helped a lot.
Yeah, and it was
we needed it.
Yeah, it was just out of the blue. I was like, hey, let's do this.
Well, I'm pretty sure we were living with your mom.
No, nothing.
No. Okay, just kidding.
Yeah,
that was last year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my bad.
But yeah, like another example is like just last night, it was a dreary day. It's kind of raining and shitty all day, and so what we did is we went out and had lunch, and then we didn't really know what else to do. Like we wanted to do stuff. It was just rainy and dreary and.
Yeah, Matt got lucky because he got to take a nap. Because I took a nap.
Right. So
I never take naps.
We came home and we just kind of BS for a little while, and eventually I fell asleep on the couch and she fell asleep on the couch. We took like a 2-hour nap.
Yep.
And then
it was actually kind of nice.
Yeah, and then we woke up and I was like, let's just go do something. I was like, what do you want to do? I was like, let's just get in the car. Let's just go.
Yeah. What did we do? We just drove around, didn't we?
Just drove around and talked.
Yeah. And then Matt was like, I think I was like, I'm getting kind of hungry now. Are you? And he was like, well, let's just drive out to Navarre. We'll just pick a place we've never been to. So I was like, okay, that works.
So, like, taking those adventures together, I think are what really kind of keep that giddy kitty, like, just fun.
Right. I mean, last weekend we went to Wonderworks in Panama City.
Yeah.
That was fun. I got beat up a little bit, but that was fun. If nobody knows what Wonderworks is, it's just like, it's mainly for kids. But it's like, you can interact with things. Like, Matt put his hand through his glove, and electricity hit it, and it was doing the intro to Star Wars. And then we got to go in this house that was like a hurricane, which was actually kind of scary because it was really, really loud. But we did that last weekend. That was fun.
Yeah. So I guess what we're trying to say is, like, treat your spouse like you would like your best friend. Like, you guys just hang out and do stuff.
Well, it should be like that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They should be your friend.
Yeah.
Friend first, husband next.
So, yeah, that was really cool. Another thing that we've kind of learned through the years on how to keep the fire going is you always, again, we've had conversations about this, is just healthy communication.
Yeah.
And we've kind of built a routine around making sure that happens between us every single day.
But it wasn't always like that.
No.
I mean, there's been plenty of times when I'm like, okay, we need to go see a therapist, a couple therapists to learn how to communicate. We've done okay so far, so we're still happy.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, we use some of those tools we've talked about before, like the love language stuff and setting a routine, you know.
Yeah.
That's really helped us progress to where we usually communicate pretty well.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's just every night we get home, we have dinner together.
If I don't close.
If she doesn't close.
Yeah.
We get home, we'll have dinner together, and we spend a couple hours with each other asking the normal stuff, like, how's your day going? You know,
yeah, what
what's
happened?
Going on? And we're honest. Like, shit happens every day. We face challenges every single day, and we talk about those. And usually we try to work through it as a couple. Like, well, maybe you should try this, babe. Or, you know what, if that person's being like that at work, or there's some sort of issue with a coworker, maybe you should handle it this way, or whatever.
Yeah.
We've had plenty of those conversations.
Yes. Sorry, I was laughing because Mr. Dave Harvey said, naps are more important when you're my age.
Oh. So
you are not that much older than us.
Right. It's like 10 years? Not even that, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, no.
I don't know. Anyways.
We're guessing your age now, Dave.
Right. Again, appreciate the feedback, guys. Love the comments and stuff.
Also, if you want to watch our eyes with your eyes, you have to go to Happy Hours. We probably won't be looking at Matt's or the recorded much.
Right.
So just make sure you come to Happy Hour.
Yeah, we're just kind of riding this thing with you guys, seeing what works best. And so we're just trying different things to see where we get the most feedback.
Well, and eventually we're going to merge to just the Happy Hour page where it's not going to be on Matt or mine.
Right.
So just make sure to watch out for that.
And we'll invest in more tech to make it better and better.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. The next topic.
When we were saying...
Wait, are we done with the healthy communication? I mean...
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's funny because, you know, we always try to make up a general outline of how these episodes are going to go and what we're going to talk about. And we sit there and we just kind of bullshit back and forth about, well, I think this is kind of what we've done, and yeah, you're right, or no, this works and this doesn't, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
And so we were sitting there, and we knew the episode was about how to keep the fire alive in your marriage.
And obviously there's what you have to do.
What you have to do?
Yeah.
Well, I know, but the way you set it up was almost like it was like, I gotta, just like you gotta take out the trash.
Damn,
you
come
know,
on,
you
let's
gotta,
go.
you gotta wash the toilet. You gotta.
It's a chore.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. But that's what you were making it seem, or I was making it seem like it's not a chore.
Right.
I don't know if you guys know what we're talking about.
Sex. Amanda didn't want to spend a whole lot of time here, but obviously it's extremely important.
Yes.
To break things. She's fiddling with things because she's nervous.
I'm nervous. Yeah, I don't like talking about this. Anyways, sex is important in the relationship. A healthy sex life is great. We're not like an everyday thing, but it's healthy enough.
I think what she's trying to say is it's important to make sure that it happens and that you maintain.
Just said that.
Yeah, it's important that you maintain that intimacy and that passion, right? And so there's things we've done.
Yes.
Over the years.
It's been 15.
Yep. Just like I said, you gotta keep the spark alive, and you gotta be spontaneous.
Yep.
And try new things, just like we do in our everyday lives and our trips and stuff we take.
We keep it fresh. We flirt.
Mm-hmm.
I like flirting with Matt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When I feel like it.
I think that's usually the most passionate sex we have is when we. God, all I said was sex. All I said was sex.
You said passionate and sex in the same thing.
Right. Passionate sex is a thing, and I think the majority of people watching know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they do.
But
there's some people on here that's yes.
Yeah. The best time is when it's just we try to make it spontaneous. We try to flirt with each other through the day, Yeah. And then
as you guys know on our newlywed game, he touches my butt and grinds.
Right. I grind on her, all day long.
That's why I'm like, it's a chore.
And then she backs that ass up all day long. What?
We had that discussion of you not saying stuff like that. Dang it.
But there's been times before, where I'll come home and Amanda will have taken certain steps to make sure she's where I would like her to be, wearing what I would like her to wear.
Oh my God.
And, it makes me feel good. I'm like, oh.
I bet it does. Yeah. Makes you feel real good.
I didn't mean like just on a physical level, but,
it makes him feel good.
Yeah.
What did you just do with your mouth? Don't do that.
I'm not talking. I felt something in my cheek.
I think you did.
I had something in my cheek that had no correlation to topic at hand. Nothing
You're just
like that.
Yeah, I did.
We keep things real interesting. Don't we, babe?
No. Get out of here.
Not that interesting, but yeah.
Yeah, I come home and find Matt,
yeah.
in his little outfits he wears.
It's different for guys. Like, you come home and, like...
He does not have an outfit.
No, but if you come home and, like, the kitchen's clean and I'm, like, finishing up the dishes, aren't you just, like, a little, like, that's my man.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
That doesn't really do anything for me.
Really?
It makes me happy, but it doesn't make me, like, I want to jump your bones.
What is something that makes you want to jump my bones?
Crab ragu. No, just kidding.
When I take her to eat Chinese food. So there it is. That's the secret, guys.
It's Fellas, just a chubby guy with his chubby wife here.
This is a separate conversation we had last night with some friends. Anyways, but yeah, I had asked you if there's anything I do that you think is... No?
Like, that turns me on, I guess?
Yeah.
That's not part of this conversation, but... I don't know, when you smell really good.
Okay.
I like when he smells really good. Yeah. When you're freshly bathed. Which is every day.
Right.
So I guess. Yeah.
That's one of the qualities that you really liked about me anyways, is like how much attention I pay to my cleanliness and
smelling good.
Another point we had thought about too is I think it's important to create some alone time. You can't be with your partner all the time.
Yeah, he means alone time like selfish alone time.
Yeah, it's important.
Like not alone time for us alone time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's important. Like, I like when he goes... A lot of days I like when he goes upstairs, plays his game, does whatever he needs to do, and I'm downstairs watching my stupid Real Housewives of Creekwater.
Right. So, yeah, like I said, it's important to create space that's just for yourself.
Yes.
Something that you have for yourself outside of your partner or your relationship.
Right.
So you maintain that sense of individuality, and that you have, like I said, some space of your own, right? Because you can't share everything all the time, because that would just be so monotonous and too much, I think.
Right. No, yeah, I don't want to be with you all the goddamn time.
Right. So yeah.
I need like today, Matt got to sleep in, and I went with my best friend Holly to brunch. Mm-hmm. I had one mimosa, because I don't drink. She had a lot, and it was nice. It was fun.
A lot.
I had Belgian waffles and eggs, and she had chicken waffles. And the chicken was actually pretty good.
Right.
But yeah.
And I slept in, and it was glorious. But typically, I mean, every day, when we're home together, then I'm, at some point in the evening, I'm by myself, either on my phone, or I'm reading, or playing guitar, or playing my PlayStation, or whatever it is. And
yes, I read.
Yes, I do.
I read more than him.
That's true. But she'll be doing the same thing, like reading or being on her phone or whatever.
I'll be on my phone and watching TV. I don't read until I'm in bed.
But yeah, creating alone time, I think, is extremely important in keeping the fire alive as well.
I'm making really weird faces.
Just for the hell of it?
Yeah. Did you see what I did?
Nope.
I went like this.
That's great. So,
all right.
The last part, I mean, I think they say in a relationship that it's always 50-50.
It's not 50-50.
It's 100-100.
Yes. He has to put 100% of his effort into this relationship as much as I have to put in.
Yeah.
So it's not 50-50.
Right.
And I think it's hard sometimes to do that. Mm-hmm. It's hard to make myself happy and then try to make him happy sometimes. Mm-hmm. So
I think it's best to view it as like, if in the game called life, you are a team, right? And so if she's literally, this is our team, and she's a whole 50% of my team, I need to make sure, which is gonna be awkward. I gotta make sure that she's good, right? That she's okay.
And I have to make sure you're good.
And it's about, like, we do a lot of little things throughout the day.
Balancing.
Mm-hmm. Typically, if I'm up and at work before Amanda, which is most of the time.
It's all the time.
Typically around the time I know she's going to wake up, I will text her and say, "Good morning, beautiful. I hope you slept well."
And then I'm always like, "Meh."
No. Then she'll give me something back, and she'll be like, "Yeah, I slept okay. I love you so much. I hope you have a great day." We typically start that conversation and pump each other up.
Yeah. Well, I don't do it as much. I haven't done it in a while, but I used to sit on like little quotes, little love quotes, and or telling him how amazing it is, or how his day is going, and I need to start doing that again.
Yeah, I think like it's just like anything else in how you start your day. We talk about success and successful people and a lot of that morning routine, what that looks like for yourself, but having that same morning routine for your partner. I mean, think about how powerful that could be, and just setting yourself up for success. Right. Because if I were to go to work and not say anything to Amanda.
Well, he even kisses me before he leaves too.
Yeah, I kiss her.
Whether I show that I'm actually awake or not, because he'll say, "I love you, baby." Mm-hmm. I hear you every morning. Sometimes I'm just like, most of the time I'm like, no. Mm-hmm. But he knows what I mean.
Right. And so yeah, I think that's a really good point. That we're talking about is just setting the right routine, setting yourself up for success early on in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like when he comes home, and if I'm home, well, I did this the last time. I actually warmed up his food for him for lunch, and I made you dinner that night. Mm-hmm. And what else? I did something else too.
You want to talk about that?
Oh, we had love making. See, he gets a good life, right? He's got a good life.
Yep.
Got any questions for me?
Oh yeah.
I love questions. There's no questions down here. I don't know why he's looking down there.
Because I was thinking.
Oh.
What do you think is if you had to pinpoint one thing I do that kind of keeps that spark that you have for me, And it may not be anything that I actually actively try to go out of my way to do. Maybe it's just something about my mannerisms or how I act. Or what do you think keeps that spark most for you?
I like when you send me sweet texts.
Yeah.
Or when you do stuff for me. Or when you drive. Because usually I'm driving. Well, when we're together. But yeah, I like stuff like that. Or when you kiss me goodbye. It's those things that I like. Or when he remembers things that I ask him to grab when he's downstairs. Which is not that. It's very rare.
Right. I'm a forgetful person, so if you ask me to do something or get something...
I asked him to get my laptop last night, and he went down and got everything, and then comes back up, and I was like, oh, are you going back downstairs? He's like, no, why? I was like, I need my laptop.
To be fair, she will say, babe, can you grab some snacks and a water and a Sprite and my laptop, and can you put my keys in my purse, and can you make sure I got my pills in there too?
He should remember these things.
And so I'll get up and this the one thing I've forgotten. But there have been times too where she'll just be like, hey, can you grab me a bottle of water on your way back? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I'll come back and I've just got the one for me.
Yep.
But this is about how to keep the fire alive, not how to ruin it.
That's how you keep the fire alive. Remember my shit.
Right. Did you mean to do that?
Yes.
We have expensive equipment here.
Where?
Bought my water bottle. What about me? You got any questions for me?
I do. No. Well, kind of.
Okay.
I haven't really thought about it.
No? Yes? Well, kind of.
You put me on the spot.
Just like you put me in the spot. Don't look down here. There's nothing down here for you.
Okay, so what kind of question does it have to be?
Just ask me about on topic. How to keep the fire alive in your marriage.
Okay. Is there anything that I do that doesn't keep the fire alive?
Yeah.
Is that a good question, or is that like a...
Anything you do that extinguishes it a little bit?
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
I ask good questions.
I think...
Like if I do something and you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever get like that? I mean, of course, like, we already talked about the whole farting crap and the screaming and... Right. But other than that?
I guess sometimes, like, if you're frustrated with something about your day or life or whatever's going on, just, like, that happens with everybody. And I try to help or talk you through it, and you get a little bit more frustrated with me.
Oh, and I'm irritated, and I'm just like, shut the hell up. Yeah.
But that's me, too. I should understand that you need your space to work through stuff, too.
Right.
But no, nothing that really extinguishes. I mean...
Okay, what's something that makes it real spicy?
When I come home.
No. All right, we're done here.
And she's ready. Okay. No, I'm serious. That's one of the things.
I know that's one of the things, but is there anything else that I do?
What the sweet things, like if I'll be like, my head is killing me. I got like this stress.
Oh, I massage him all the time. He is lucky. Because I can't be massaged.
Yeah, because it's never massage. If I touch her and try to massage her in any way.
Yeah, it doesn't. Don't touch
becomes a tickle. Less of a massage.
Yeah, it sucks because I need a massage, man. Yeah. Can only be touched by women, I guess.
But that's it. I mean, the main thing is just to have fun, be kids. Don't fall into this. I think too many couples fall into a routine, and it's easy too. Because,
we've fallen into those routines.
Yeah.
Because
this mundane existence between you both.
It's good to have dates too. Always date your spouse. Take them out. Me and Matt used to go on dates every Friday. We haven't done that in a while, but usually we would go on a date every Friday. And I think we need to start doing that again.
And another thing too is have engaging conversations.
Yeah.
Have deep, meaningful conversations. Engage your partner. I mean, she was alive for 16 years before I met her. And even in that time since we've been together, there's just been shit that's happened that I probably don't know about or whatever. Not in a bad way. I'm just saying experiences or thoughts that she's had that she hasn't shared with me.
Yeah.
Last night we were having dinner on our spontaneous random, let's just drive down the road and pick a spot we'd never been to before.
Yeah.
and we were having a conversation about our families, and then we started talking about our grandmother specifically, and then
food, them making food, yeah, the cooking.
And then that launched into I engaged Amanda, and I'm like, I was like, what kind of food does your grandma make? Because I didn't know. I knew I had an idea, right? But she told me that she's like, oh, she used to always make these meatballs and brown gravy that I really liked. And I was like, I bet you we can find that recipe. And she's like, I bet you can. We have all her old recipe stuff. So, that'll be like a little fun project for us. Yeah. But if I hadn't had that engaging conversation, I wouldn't have known.
Right. Because all he knows is she makes potato salad.
So, try not to stick to too much of a routine. Things can get pretty mundane.
Date your spouse, have sex, and go on adventures.
And I think the really strong thing for me too, that we talked about is setting yourself up for success every day, just like you do for yourself.
Yeah.
So,
with your relationship.
Yeah. Start it with love. Start it with encouraging words.
I said yeah.
Start it with love and encouragement every day, and that's just gonna build your teamwork too, because I know that I've got her, and she knows that she's got me. If anything goes wrong, or we need each other through the day.
Right.
So
sometimes he doesn't answer his phone most of the time, so I'll call Chris.
What?
I kid.
But yeah.
Well, that was our episode.
That wraps things up, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be here next week.
Yep, next week, every Sunday, 6:00 p.m. Come check us out. Make sure you come to our happy hour page and watch us from there, because, like we said, we're going to eventually get away from Matt's Facebook and my Facebook and just strictly be on happy hour. So.
Right. So, yeah, eventually we'll get there. And then, like I said, we'll actually be uploading, not just live versions, of a crisp, clear, full HD, no lag. So if it cut out on you guys while you're watching on Facebook, you should be able to.
I think it did. Like, there's another thing on there.
Yeah.
We're trying, guys. It'll get better as it goes.
Yeah, we blame our Wi-Fi's, our Wi-Fi's.
Yeah. Just click it, like it, and share it.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Have a great night.